is causing these flames. The will in our minds will keep them forever. Just believe in the fire between us.
We've had this conversation and you seem to agree with me. But when there's complications, you withdraw and leave me to be. When there's a problem, you become like a wall. And every time I trip, it's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you? Sunshine, I've got you now. My body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. My body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body. Don't like that I'm with somebody, oh no, I just want to stay in this melody, oh got sunshine, I've got you now. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. My friends don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody, oh no, oh. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody, oh, oh.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean. I'll be your host. Hope you're having a good week. I am having a decent week. Just realized that I got a little flip. I did a video out in the wind today, so my hair is. I should have fixed my hair, but that's all right. Yeah, it is already like July. What is it? July 9th? Are you kidding me? It's already July 9th of this year. Last time we talked, it was right before 4th of July. So I hope everybody still has all their fingers. We had a good time out at my friend's house. I smoked a pork shoulder. And it was really good. We had burgers and hot dogs, and their family has a seafood distribution business down in Texas, and so I had alligator bites for the first time, and they were pretty good. They were fried, so it mainly tasted like fried stuff, but they're really good. I don't know what part of the alligator they were from. I would assume it's the tail, because I feel like you get a lot of meat out of that tail. But had some of that, had some crab dip, had some homemade chocolate chip cookies, had some muffins. And there was some sangria there. And I think my wife had a little too much of that sangria. But it was a good time. It was so hot though. Like we just kind of sat outside and sweat for hours. But it was a good time. And then we lit off some fireworks. We had some little kids. We even had a baby that was he's like 3 months old. And so we had these like little fireworks to begin with. And then after those fireworks were over, then we set off the big fireworks. But I guess it's been a while since I've actually bought fireworks and set them off myself. We've been going to my wife's cousin has a large fireworks display, and I've shown it on my channel a couple times. So we always go over there, and I don't even light fireworks. I just kind of watch. And I forgot how expensive fireworks were. I think we dropped. So there was maybe 6 families. We all got together and we all bought fireworks. And my son and I went and we spent probably $80 on fireworks. And that was about 5 minutes of entertainment. And then, there was good fireworks, but man, it was expensive. So, but it was worth it. We had a great time. We only had one mishap. We had one firework fall over and just pretty much aimed for everybody that was sitting in the front yard. We lit them from the street and the driveway at the end, close to the street. But yeah, it was interesting. So what we're going to talk about tonight, Insta360 dropped a updated version of their Insta360 Flow, which is their mobile gimbal. And it's got some really neat upgrades that I want to talk about. I don't have it, and I probably won't get it. But I have the original Insta360 Flow, and out of all of my mobile gimbals, it's my favorite. And there's one upgrade that has come out with the Insta360 Flow, the Flow Pro. One of the new features is a MagSafe adapter. But the good news is that MagSafe adapter is sold separately and also works with the original Flow. So that's what I bought. But we're going to go through all of the specs and all of kind of the upgrades. There's only a few upgrades from the original Insta360 Flow. So we will kind of briefly talk about those things. But I will say that the Insta360 Flow, I had it at a wedding. And I noticed that the videographers at the wedding weren't doing a very good job. And so I broke out the Flow, threw my iPhone on there, and I think I got the best video of the reception. Like I was like a part of the conga line with the Flow, and tracking is awesome on it. And there's just a lot of really awesome things about that mobile gimbal. And I don't think you should always like use a mobile gimbal, but that's fun to say, mobile gimbal. But there are times when your iPhone is your best camera because it's in your pocket. So we're going to talk about that. And there's just a lot of really cool innovations about the Insta360 Flow that I like. And so one thing I like to do on this channel is talk about good design. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I was going to show some videos. I know we talked about showing firework videos, so I'm going to show a couple of those tonight, just because I said I would last week. But next week, I will be at camp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through Club Foxhorn and AV Club and find viewer videos. So videos from people that view my channel that are in my chat a lot. I'll recognize your names and your channels, and I'll try to find some good videos and put them in there. But it's going to be an automatic show next week. It's not going to be live per se. The live part will be you guys chatting with each other. So if a big part of your week is to come in here and hang out and talk to each other, that will be available next week. And then I am going to show videos from you guys and put them up here. I want to encourage you guys to encourage each other. So it'll be a good time next week without me. I will be exhausted and sweating out at camp, but I will be planting seeds for the future. So it'll be a good time. What time is it? 6:47. Update on my surgery. Steve asked in the chat if I'd had my nose surgery yet. So I'm having my nasal surgery. The plan is, I think, August 12th, I believe. It's like the second week in August, I believe. And is literally 2 weeks before Minefield. So I'm hoping that I am healed up good enough to sleep in my car at Minefield. But I might have to, I might be miserable and have to come home. I don't know. I don't think I will. They said it'll take about a week for me to kind of recover, and then 2 weeks I'll be back to normal. So I'm hoping that I'll be all good by then. But you might see me with a red bandana, and I might have to go to the bathroom a lot. But we'll see. All the bloody boogers might be gone by then. That's another fun thing to say, bloody boogers. We have had so many funny things to say tonight. I love it. And I don't know, maybe I'm just in one of those moods that I like the way things come out of my mouth. But another update for the channel is, so I told you guys, maybe it's about a month ago, I was sent a VR 180 camera that had a lot of bugs and wasn't working very well. And so I told the company that I didn't feel right reviewing the camera because I don't have good things to say about it. I don't want to hurt the reputation. Maybe it was just they sent me a bad camera. Well, they sent me another camera, and the lenses were better. The lens issue was fixed, and but the software in the camera and there were drop frames and little things like that. And so, but they sent me a firmware update via email. And so I tried it on my Mac, and my Mac wouldn't let me run. The firmware is like a developer firmware push. It's not like an application that you run and all that kind of stuff. It actually, opened up terminal and started almost like they were hacking my machine. So the Mac wouldn't allow that activity. My yoga book from Lenovo wouldn't allow that activity. But this computer, the computer that I built myself, that apparently isn't that secure, allowed the firmware update. Once I did the firmware update, the original camera worked a lot better. Still had the lens issue. And the lens issue was one lens, the right eye was way sharper than the left eye. And so I think there's hardware tweaks that they need to do to that camera to get it working correctly. And so I think the second camera that I got, they had fixed a lot of those issues because I told them about the issues, and maybe someone else told them about those issues too. But the second camera I got was way better. And I actually recorded a 13-minute video and maybe dropped frames 3 times. So it's definitely a huge improvement. So hopefully in a month, whenever this camera is actually released, they'll have all the bugs worked out, and it'll be an awesome camera. I think I recorded the video, the 13-minute video, and I uploaded it to my Google Drive, and then I downloaded it to my Meta Quest, and it actually looked really good. So it was super windy today, though, because I think there's a tornado somewhere. So I'm going to redo the video, but the camera has a USB-C port on it, and you can put a USB-C microphone in it. And so I used the DJI mic system, and even though it was super windy, you didn't hear any wind noise at all. And it was crazy because there was a ceiling fan in the pavilion that I recorded the video in, and you could hear the ceiling fan, but you could not hear the wind noise. So I was just super impressed with how that microphone worked. I've been using the DJI lapel and going up. So super cool. Something else, so Sticker Mule, every once in a while will sell like 50 stickers, 50 die cut stickers for $9. And so whenever that happens, I log in with all of my different email addresses and I buy stickers. And so I got 50 stickers that look like this. I haven't even taken them out of the package yet, but it's a foxhorn sticker. And in the orange letters, it says the and .com. So this is basically my website, thefoxhorn.com. So that's pretty cool. And I realized the logo's wrong. I just realized that. It's got a space between fox and horn. And then I've updated that. But anyway, this is the other sticker, which is a baby blue shield with the foxhorn, and the horns are kind of sticking out of the side of the shield, kind of hugging it. So I thought that those turned out really, really well. So if you guys want stickers, Club Foxhorn on Facebook, DM me and send me your address, and I'll send you some stickers. Exclusive to Club Foxhorn members. All right. So, and I bought some merch from my store last week, and I've got 3 shirts that I bought that I think are pretty cool. But and I'll also show you guys the updated version of my Nissan Rogue bed. It's coming along nicely. I'm about probably 99% done with the bed. I'm just going to add some legs to the platform, but I'll show you that a little bit later. But it is almost 7 o'clock, so we're going to start running through roll call and see who showed up tonight. So Stephen Drones was here at 6:31. Charles Galuski was second tonight. What's up, Charles? Hello. Hope you're having a good night. Who else is in the house? Joe America. What's up, Captain Joe? Hope you're having a good night. Blessings to you, my friend. Eat more possums in the house. Howdy, home slices. What's up? What's up? Chuck's in the house from Covaction. Hope you're having a good night. So I thought he was saying he's chatting from his home in Maine, but he's now home from Maine. So got it. Oh yeah, Chuck, I saw a picture on Facebook of you and your wife eating lobster. So that must have been from your trip. Sorry, I'm popping another Coke. I'm gonna need some energy. We ran out of coffee today, and my wife is getting groceries, but she's not gonna be home till like 9:30. So won't have coffee till 9:30. So I had to break in the Coke Zero stash. So I'll be caffeinated, but I might be gassy tonight. So there's that. But better out than in. That's what Shrek always says. So who else we got in the house? Lance Cadena is in the house. Welcome, Lance. Hope you're having a good night. Scott Nadeau is in the house. What's up, Scott? Hope you're having a good night. I hope I said that right, Nadeau. So Chuck says, unrelated, be careful with the 1 edition camera on a huge Insta360 carbon fiber stick. They snap. Happened to a guy in the Facebook group. Uh-oh. Yeah. Fat camera on a little stick. Fat camera on a little stick. Yeah, I use, for those of you guys that have met me at the South Florida drone meetup, I don't use the carbon fiber selfie sticks. I actually use a mic. No, yeah, a boom mic. I don't know if it's called a stick or what, but it's basically like a monopod, but they're a lot cheaper because they're for boom mics. But I have a 10-foot boom mic by Neewer, and it has a 1/4-20 on the top and the bottom. So on the bottom, I can put it on some, chicken legs or like the claw, or I could put it actually on a tripod. So when I film the parade, I actually have a huge tripod on the bottom, and then I have this 10-foot pole sticking up out of the top of the tripod, and then I use an adapter on the top. So that's what I do. Mario Nappa's in the house. What's up, Mario? Mario's here. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good night. I got to meet Mario Nappa in person this summer. That was a pleasure. Chuck said he loves lobster. I tried lobster when I was in Maine. I don't know if it was because it was homemade lobster, but it did not. It did not treat me well. But I love like crawfish and crab legs and stuff like that. I could really get into that stuff. Not fat, pleasantly plump. Got it. I can relate to these cheeks. So yeah. So speaking of selfie sticks, that is a somewhat decent segue into our topic for the night. The Insta360 Flow Pro. Before I go to the website, I want to show you guys my Insta360 Flow, which I purchased last year. And this is it. It's a very compact design. I love it how it like kind of folds in half. And I forget which way the camera goes, so we're going to try. I thought it was labeled. I really thought it was labeled. But we're going to put my phone on here and just see. But we might be upside down, so we'll see. So the first thing you want to do on this one is you want to kind of center the camera. And for me, there's buttons on my phone, so I always try to, and I just push the button. So I want to not push the buttons on there. Oh, I just took a screenshot. So this is kind of what it looks like limp. And then all you have to do is open it. And it's good to go. So, oh, it's vibrating. Oh, wait. So it says Insta360 flow detected. Do you want to connect to it? And dang it, there's a firmware update. I should have known there's a firmware update. But I want to show you guys how cool this is. You can turn it horizontal just by doing that. It's got this awesome bottom that pulls out and turns into a little tripod. So you can sit this on a table and start tracking yourself. It's got voice commands. It's got hand gestures and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, and then it's got a focus ring and all that stuff. But we're gonna look at the actual, since it's not, I can't get it on camera very well. We're gonna look at the actual thing. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the table while we talk because it's updating itself. That's one of my favorite things about technology nowadays, is that it just keeps getting better. So shooting the gimbal requires the following permissions. There it is, y'all. So there's a couple things with, let's go ahead and just look at what's, oh, Nacho's on here. Hey, let me back up. Did someone say Segway? I'm not going to fall off my Segway if that's what you're asking, Nacho. So Nacho's come in here and he said, all he's doing really is repeating what I'm saying. But he said Segway, howdy, limp, and vibrating. Nice. He listens to the good parts. What is happening with that big lump in my hair? All right. So we're going to go. We're going to show you guys what's going on. All right. And I've turned off audio just because the last couple of weeks I have had some crazy issues with the copyright. So they're presenting the Insta360 Flow and the Insta360 Flow Pro together, because there's not much difference. There's really not. The Flow and the Pro, the Flow Pro, they both have the exact same hardware. Okay. There are 2 updates, which I'm going to verify. Okay. Yep. Yep. So the tracking still works great. So I want to show you guys, this is the original Flow. Notice that it, oh, dang it. Notice that it doesn't have a green ring here. And that's it. No. There is also a little NFC section right here that turns on a, I forget what it's called. We'll scroll down the page and we'll get exactly what it's called. But the only other feature that the Flow Pro has is that Apple has come up with a tracking capabilities in their iPhones, in their iOS. And so there is the Insta360 Flow Pro can hook up to that, and I think it's called the tracking dock application. But what it'll do is it'll actually allow you to use the Apple camera and any other third-party application software, like camera software, that has that capability plugged into it. So in the past, like last year on the Flow, in order to use tracking, and even like the Osmo mobiles, and any gimbal that does tracking utilizes its own software to handle that tracking. That's why some mobile gimbals are better tracking than others. But what's new about the Insta360 Flow Pro is they've added the ability to use the native camera software. So, and in my opinion, the camera software on the iPhone is ridiculously good. And so if you can track using that, it's awesome. Somewhere else that another application that you can use that tracking software would be like Instagram Live, or if you were using your phone as a webcam. It's basically a way to get out of Insta360's proprietary software and use any application on, like you can use Filmic Pro and use tracking in it, stuff like that. Super awesome capabilities with your smartphone. And I think the iPhones are top notch when it comes to photo and video. There are Android phones out there that do good too, and some that are even better than the iPhone. But I would say the iPhone is probably the best package deal. So if you notice on here, Insta360 Flow Pro is made for the iPhone. I guess you can't see that, but it has a made for the iPhone little tag that comes down here. And I want us to go ahead and watch this intro for the Flow Pro. Video is unavailable. That's awesome. Wonder why. We'll redo the page and see. Oh, so it looks like they took that video down. I'm not sure why. So let's just go through they're going to go through the features of both of these cameras at the same time. So I really like that because it's a good comparison as to what these things can do. So why choose Flow Pro? So these are all the things that are new. Native tracking with Apple Dock Kit. That's what it's called, Apple Dock Kit. Oh, there's one more thing. So this is Deep Track 3. And what Deep Track does is, even though things come into the foreground, have you guys ever tried to track with your drone and a tree goes in the middle of it? All of a sudden your drone just kind of loses what it's tracking. Well, what the AI tracking does with the Insta360 camera is Deep Track 3.0. It projects where your subject is going to go, and it continues to follow in that direction, and it catches back up even if a tree goes in the way, or in this example, a column. That's pretty awesome. Oh, I didn't show you guys the selfie stick. I'll show you guys the selfie stick. So we've got this, and the whole thing has a selfie stick too. I forgot all about that. So how many of you guys have had a gimbal and your arm gets really tired because you have to hold it really far out? This is a gimbal with a selfie stick, and I know the Osmo does that too. So for all you DJI fanboys, fangirls, freak out. It does that too. Foldable and portable. I talked about that. One-tap pairing. So there's an NFC chip on top of the gimbal right here, and it automatically pairs. And so what that allows you to do, if you want to pair the gimbal outside, and right here there's a picture of the Apple Dock Kit, and so that's kind of what that NFC pairing is for. It's got a 3-axis gimbal. They all are kind of like that. This has a tracking light, so when the light turns green, you know it's tracking you. So if it loses tracking, and you're not looking at the screen, then you know you've lost tracking connection because there's a tracking light on it. But also, if the camera is not moving and you're moving, then you already know that the tracking is lost anyway. So it's a cool feature. But my Insta360 Flow that I bought last year is still pretty good. And the other thing they added that I forgot to say is that now there's no stop on the pan tracking. So you can walk around, like if it's sitting on a tripod or a table, you can walk around that table as many times as you want to and it'll still track you. Whereas the Insta360 Flow, the original, the OG, can only go, I think it's 280 degrees, and then it'll stop. So these are all the new upgrades for the Flow Pro. Here's an example of the seamless connection. So tap to pair via NFC using DockKit for the smoothest first-time connection. The next time you use the Flow Pro, get going with auto reconnection. So I don't have that, but when I put my phone on the Pro, it detected that my phone detected that the Insta360 Flow was nearby. So and I haven't used the Flow in months, so it recognized it even though I've updated things. So unmatched tracking with the Apple DockKit enabled. The first gimbal with DockKit, Apple's latest subject tracking technology. Stay in frame and create videos, live stream, and video calls directly with your iPhone's native camera app and your favorite iOS apps. And then in a small print, it says only available on Flow Pro. So it's not available on the Flow. But if you don't have one of these gimbals yet, they're pretty much the same price. I think the Flow Pro is $10 cheaper than the Flow. Here is a video of seamless tracking. So this is the native camera app. So they're really pushing the native camera app with the tracking. And then third-party apps. So right here, I'm trying to recognize those icons. Smooth tracking over 200 of your favorite apps and even more flexibility. The easiest way to capture every moment with iPhone, Flow Pro is completely life compatible. So I see Messenger on there. I see YouTube. I see, let's see when they come back up. I see TikTok. I see Instagram. So yeah. And you can also use your iPhone as a webcam. So you can use it as a tracking webcam too. So that's pretty cool. This is showing off the 360 spin. The first time I ever noticed this capability and what annoyed me when things didn't work that way is, so back in the day, I used to fly Unique Typhoon H and Typhoon H Plus. And the pan on that is just a little knob, and then it'll just continue to pan in a 360 degree, like in 360 degrees, just constantly pan. And then I manned the camera of Ken Heron's DJI Inspire 1. Maybe it was an Inspire 2. I think it was the Inspire 2. And I was the camera operator and he was the drone operator. And I was pointing at something and he was flying in a different direction. And all of a sudden my camera stopped and I had to go all the way back around to finish the shot. And so that was really annoying. So the Flow that I have here on my desk doesn't have this capability to go 360 degrees all the time, but this one does, which is, I think, a huge upgrade. Better, clear tracking. With the Flow Pro's green tracking light is key to understanding when you're tracking. Record with confidence, knowing that you're dialed in. So that's pretty cool. Deep Track 3.0, next-gen subject tracking. Years of research developed have brought Insta360 AI tracking algorithm to new heights, keeping subjects in frame and in focus with unmatched tracking accuracy and flexibility. So that's pretty awesome. Oh, going the wrong way. Person redirection. So other gimbals, whenever two heads will pass each other, the tracking will start tracking the other person. Insta360 Flow Pro handles the okay, let's go back and read that because I'm not having a hard time. Select a person. Deep Track 3.0 will stay locked on that person throughout the recording, even if they're blocked from view. All angle tracking recognizes the subject from all angles to keep tracking it, even if the subject's shape changes as you or it moves. Pretty awesome. And then smarter subject recovery. So as you can see here, the Insta360 Flow Pro was able to deep track that person. Smarter animal tracking. So better tracking is not just for people and objects, but also pets. Track cats, dogs. So Nacho, you could track your Mickey, horses, and more. You'll be surprised just how much Flow Pro and Flow can recognize. Slow motion tracking. So level up your slow motion shots. Always keep tracking, even with high frame rates. Zoom tracking. Get more cinematic track, so you can zoom in while you're tracking, which is pretty awesome. It has that really cool tracking wheel, which is awesome. Capture on the go. So the original Flow came with this phone holder that snaps on automatically with a magnet. But the problem is you have to keep that magnet holder on your phone all the time. Take it anywhere, it's portable. Another thing, all you have to do is close it and it goes back to where it needs to go, and you open it and it when you open it, it automatically sets itself up. So it's not one of those gimbals that you have to spend a lot of time balancing your camera. As long as you put your phone in the middle, it'll work. Pocketable stabilization. That should be a given when you're talking about a gimbal. They should be stable. That's the whole point. Professional level stabilization. Again, I feel like that's just kind of a given. All-in-one design. Those are all the things that it can do. Get just the right angle. So here's where it's talking about the selfie stick mixed with the tripod handle. Like, you can really put your phone anywhere you want to, keep it stable, and frame the shot correctly. A lot of older mobile gimbals were really just too close to your face. So I think that's pretty awesome. This is a close-up shot of the tripod legs, which are pretty awesome. So I think if you were going to just take an iPhone gimbal, or sorry, an iPhone tripod, I think you should just get this and let it'll track and it'll do all kinds of stuff, and also just hold your phone up for your shot. So snap and shoot. So I want to show you guys the magnetic phone clip is what comes with the Flow and the Flow Pro. It's this little grippy thing. But This is what I bought today. Spoiler. This will work with the Flow and the Flow Pro. It is a MagSafe magnet that goes onto your phone, and then your phone can just snap on to your gimbal. So I can go to a wedding, put this adapter on my phone, and then now I can just literally magnetically snap my phone onto the gimbal. And since it's MagSafe, it already knows where it needs to go. So you don't have to worry about centering your camera in the right spot. It automatically does that for you. Just talking about the high strength motors. The shoot nonstop with all. So the Flow Pro. Let's go to the Flow. The Flow has 10 hours. Oh, sorry, they both say the same thing. So the Flow, the original Flow had 12 hours of battery life, and the Flow Pro has 10 hours of battery life. I'm not sure why the battery life is different, other than the fact that maybe they had to make the battery smaller to fit in the NFC chip technology. It'll also work as a power bank, so you can charge your phone. There's a USB-C port on the top and a USB-C port on the bottom, and you can charge your phone. Well, I guess it's the same USB port, but you can charge your phone with it. So keep your phone charged. Here's an example of it tracking. It just does an awesome job of tracking her. You can pause the tracking with, you can start recording with your hand gesture and all that kind of stuff. So this is automatic. So it'll basically just do the normal automatic type tracking. What's up, Jim? Welcome to the chat, man. So this is follow mode. So it'll basically, you can basically just follow. Oh, so follow mode keeps your like what you're doing, like when you're pointing the camera, it kind of smooths that out. Pan follow basically keeps everything horizontal. So no matter where you point the camera, it's going to follow. And then FPV, take full control and simulate FPV drone-like movements backed up by gimbal stabilization. So here's an FPV mode. So you can like look like you're flying the mashed potatoes on a fork. Pretty awesome. What else we got? So key controls all in one place. The Smart Wheel boasts a minimalist design and gives you quick, easy access to a host of useful functions, from shooting controls to video replay and more. So this is like, these are the four modes we just saw: the auto, the follow, the pan follow, and the FPV. There's a record button. There's a switch camera mode, so you can switch from the front facing or the back, and a power button. And then this big wheel right here is a focus wheel. So zoom control, zoom the outside edge of the Smart Wheel, which is these little nubs right here, for smooth zooming in and out. Oh. Nice. So it also has kind of like the old the iPods, where it had like a touch sensitive wheel. That's kind of what this has on it. That's how you change modes. Quick ratio change for short videos and stories. Double press will rotate your phone any style of shot. So you can also use the wheel as a reverse and fast forward. Oh, there's the little, did I get that right? I did get it right. Sweet. I knew there was a little symbol on there somewhere telling me which way to point the phone. deep track. With one press, you can track, you can center, you can do all those things. Effortless panoramas. So this is something that was showed off at the last one. There's a panoramic mode where it will automatically take pictures of all the pictures that you would have taken back in the day with the DSLR to capture a panorama shot. You can just sit your gimbal down there and it will do everything. So Jim, we're talking about the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. It's not the 2, but it's the Pro. So it's not much different than the original, but it does a lot. So time shift makes pretty awesome shots. Motion lapse, pretty cool. Barrel roll, so that's a cool shot. Yes, Jim, it's Insta360. This is the dolly zoom effect and widescreen mode. All-star videos. So simply set the gimbal up and hit the cord. AI recognizes when the basket is made, saving only these moments to your phone so you can edit highlights. So another thing that this the application does, the Insta360 app, it will it'll automatically find highlights for you, and you can create videos on the fly. Scott asked what the price is. The Flow is $159 and the Flow Pro is $149, so $149. But you also need a smartphone to make it work. So it's not just $149. But yeah, so there's a shot genie that will go ahead and grab all of your shots. Tap the icon in the app or give voice commands, and the AI will recommend shooting techniques for you. So even if you don't know how to get really cool shots, it will show you how to get those shots, which is pretty awesome. It also has an automatic editor in the application. So Insta360 app will find where all the activity is and make a really cool video for you. This works for me about 80% of the time. I already know what kind of shots I want, so I will take the same shot like 4 or 5 times, and sometimes it just duplicates that shot over and over and over again because they're all good shots. But if you're just walking around Disney World and you're filming little things, it would find the best shots for you and make a cool video out of it. Spotlight. So this is the other thing that I purchased today. I meant to purchase this a while back, but I didn't. But there is a little magnetic camera that will go on top of, it'll go on the gimbal, and it'll plug into that USB-C port that I showed you. But yeah, I'm just kind of excited to get that. I hope it gets here before camp because I'm going to use it during the services or whatever. Built-in cold shoe. I wonder if that's new. If I didn't, are you serious? I've had a built-in cold shoe this whole time. I didn't even know it. My little cold shoes right there. Huh. Well, that's cool. So now I can plug in my microphone. That's awesome, actually. Capture life's best moments, yada, 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 marketing material. But yeah, so we've gone through all of these things. There's also like little inserts that you can make your gimbal look awesome. But yeah. So now we're going to compare the models between the new and the Flow. Mine is, I believe I bought the gray version of the Flow. So my Flow looks just like the Flow Pro, but the Flow Pro does not come in this white. So that there's that. So these are all the things that have been added. So one tap pairing, native tracking with the iPhone camera and apps. So that's like the Apple Dock Kit is new for Apple. So that's the biggest push with this gimbal. This is the first gimbal out there that utilizes the Apple Dock Kit technology. So it's got a tracking ring light, which to me is not that important, but I think it's a good upgrade. And 360 degrees panning. So that's a great upgrade. I don't know if you guys know this, but the Insta360 website kind of matches my brand tonight. You see all the orange and then the foxhorn orange? I mean, come on. Everything else is the same. The Deep Track 3.0 is the same on both. So as you have this application, the Insta360 app will continue to upgrade itself. So did Bob Casey show up? What's up, Bob? Hope you're having a good night. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. So anyway, pretty sweet. So you guys wanted to know what the price was. So the Insta360 Flow Pro is $149, and that's standard with one Flow Pro, one proactive pouch, which is this. It's just a pouch. One magnetic phone clamp, which is this clamp. It's not the MagSafe, it's just the clamp. One grip cover. So this little rubber handle area down here, it kind of adds like grip to it. I don't know why they didn't just add grip to the camera, but I guess if you want to keep it slim, you don't have to have the grip on there. And then a charging cable. So what the Pro tripod model comes with, it looks like a tripod is also added to it. So for another $20, you can get that. Something I didn't show you guys, and I hope it doesn't flip out, but there's a 1/4-20 hole in the bottom of the gimbal. So so you could either get this Insta360 tripod, or you could just get one on Amazon. So that's what that is. And then for $9.99, you can add an insert to customize your camera. Yeah. So that's how much it costs, y'all. Trying to think if I have the videos. I'm going to take you guys off. I'm going to not show my screen, and I'm going to see if I can find the videos that I actually used. I don't think my friends would have a problem with me showing their videos. So I'll go here. Videos that were shared with me. So give me just a minute, y'all. It would have been an entire year ago when I posted these videos. Talk amongst yourselves. Wow, I really like the stuff on my channel or on my Facebook page. All right, here we go. Oh, weird. All right, I'm going to stop that. And I'm going to share my screen. All right. So this is video footage that I took of a wedding with the Insta360 flow. And this is all of us just having a good time. No. Uh-oh. All right. I had to mute my microphone because the audio was playing. Whew. But I want to go to so this was the father of the bride dancing. The video quality is better than this, so I don't know why it's not showing very good. Let's see if this. All right, so this is the bride and the groom, and so this turned into like a conga line. The video actually was way better than this, so I'm interested to see why. But this is me just kind of following around. And it was great because I had the gimbal in, I just had the gimbal in my pocket and was able to pull it out with my phone and get footage of the wedding. And all of these people I've filmed before, so they know to just kind of ham it up for the camera. So anyway, that was that. So yeah. So now we're going to go to Club Foxhorn, and I told you guys that we were going to watch some fireworks that you guys showed, or that you guys put up there. So Bob asked if I'm going to Minefield next month. I'm going to do everything I can to go to the Minefield. I'm getting nasal surgery August 12th. Excuse me. So I'm going to play at my ear. But that's what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you the work that I've been doing on my bed in my Rogue, and that will be what I sleep in at Minefield. So I am preparing for Minefield, and I definitely want to go. So I'm definitely planning on going. So let's share this. All right. So these pictures are kind of mixed. This kind of in process, but I showed you guys this kind of bed frame that folds out that I purchased. And I really like where this is going. So I've got this platform is about as low as I can get it in the back because of the legs that I bought. So it's maybe 9 inches tall. Maybe it's 7 inches tall. And then, so the plan is I took the legs off of the back, and the plan is for it to just lay flat on this platform. Right here, it's kind of going up at an angle because at this point, I hadn't taken these legs off yet. I trimmed, if you guys can see right here, I actually trimmed the legs, and this is as short as I could trim them. And then I built these slats. So this is basically like a frame that goes over the metal bed frame, and they are 2x1 1x4s that I use as a slat system. And so I built one in the back and one in the front, and then I had this little spot right here, so I needed to make this smaller. But I think eventually I'm going to make all of the slats on the back of the platform where my legs are going to go. I think I want to make all of those short, and then this one is long, and then it's short right where the middle seat is. And this is kind of a close-up of where they are. I bought a miter saw and a saw table, so now I can make like multiple cuts that are exactly the same length. So pretty cool. So I'm excited about this. And then like you can see right here, this leg is too tall because the bed rises up and then it goes down a little bit. So I actually ended up taking this whole midsection off and just cutting the legs off here. So I needed the bracket to kind of hold the folding mechanism hold the folding mechanism together. And then when it opens up, it's a support. It's like this bracket that kind of supports the fold. So I needed all that to stay there, but I just ended up cutting those legs off. But this is right here, I was trying to figure out what height I needed to make it. And then this is my daughter's bed. So I put that on there just to see what it would be like. There's still actually a lot of room in here, but it's not completely where I want it. And then these legs right here are longer versions of the legs. And all of the legs that I have in my system, they double in size. So that they kind of work like shower curtain rods where they unscrew and they expand. So this is kind of what it looks like from the back. I was really surprised how well this is for like when my daughter has sleepovers. Her little trifold mattress kind of matches the carpet that I bought from Home Depot. So it kind of looks really, really neat. So yeah, there's that. And I still have all this storage underneath here to put things. And as you can see right here where these legs are, these legs and these legs are exactly the same. They were all bought at the same time. And so this is just an example of how all of my little risers are fully adjustable. So if something is off level or something is kind of cattywampus, I can I can unscrew a little bit and get those legs perfectly level and stuff like that. And then this is after I chop the legs off, so you can see the bed kind of comes down. And I was trying to figure out, so there's legs here supporting me, and then there's this gap in the middle. So I want to raise up this middle section so that it's level all the way across here. But I wanted to show you guys, and I'm all nasty and sweaty. I was outside for like 12 hours doing all this work. But I wanted to show you guys how much room I have. So like some of the pictures, like this picture, seems kind of claustrophobic, But I had my daughter take a picture of me in the bed to see how much room that I had. So yeah, and the bed that I bought is actually wider, so my arms won't be hanging down like that. And then I can keep this other seat, the other half of my back seat, as a seat, so I can actually use this as a desk. I can, oh gosh, rain just hit. But I can use this section right here to sit down. And then this is what it looks like me laying sideways. My hair is horrible, but I still have, I don't know, 1.5 feet, 2 feet above me. So I'm not close to the ceiling at all. So I'm really happy with the way this turned out. All right. So it is starting to pour down rain outside. So I'm going to go ahead and show the videos that I was going to show. I was just going to show the fireworks from Lance. And then I will keep the rest of the videos for next week. But we showed the Canada Day video from Jim. So I just want to show this video. He's got AI music on here. So I'm going to go ahead, turn this off, turn it back on so that we can share his AI music. And then that will be the end of the show, y'all. But this song is kind of funny. All right, let's try this again. Y'all are saying you can't hear his song. Oh, got it. All right, we're going to start this over so y'all can hear the song.
Beach cabin, warm breeze, Camano Island living slow. Fireworks pop the skies, 4th of July glow. That's your all-stitch stars, George Washington waves proud. Echoes of summer nights, hot dogs grilling loud. America made by hands, callous strong. Island time, no hurry, no flaw. Star-spangled waves, freedom flame. Relaxing moments, nothing's the same. Cool drinks by the shore, sunset paints the sky. Old songs with new friends, in this moment we lie. Beach cabin, warm breeze, Camano Island living slow. Fireworks pop the skies, 4th of July glow. That's your all-stitch stars, George Washington waves proud. Echoes of summer nights, hot dogs grilling loud. America made by hands, callous strong. Island time, no hurry, no flaw. Star-spangled waves, freedom flame. Relaxing moments, nothing's the same. Cool drinks by the shore, sunset paints the sky. Old songs with new friends, in this moment we lie. Salmon bass, aroma sweet, old tales of freedom we meet. Life feels like a novel page, peaceful hearts, no age. Firelight and laughter, largest flag flutters high. Together we remember, silent night we sigh. That's your all-stitch stars, George Washington waves proud. Echoes of summer nights, hot dogs grilling loud. America made by hands, callous raw. Island time, no hurry, no flaw. Star-spangled waves, freedom's flame. Relaxing moments, nothing's the same. Cool drinks by the shore, sunset paints the sky. Old songs with new friends, in this moment we lie. Salmon bakes, aroma sweet, old tales of freedom we meet. Life feels like a novel page, peaceful hearts, no age. Firelight and laughter, largest flag flutters high. Together we remember, silent night we sigh.
So I think the video is great, Lance. AI still makes me laugh. It kind of reminds me of, so the reason I put the closed caption up on that video was some of the lyrics of that song just made me laugh. Like the hook of the song, I forget her name already. Betsy Ross stitches stars. George Washington waves great. And then it goes on to talk about hot dogs grilling loud. And like, it's just like, it's like it Googled everything about 4th of July and then just put all that stuff in one song. Or like Silent Night, there's a sigh. Cold drinks by the beach. You know, like it's just kind of funny to me. All of the different things that were put into that song. So yeah. Well, I want to wish you guys a good week. Again, for those of you that have showed up after I said this, next week I will not be live with you guys. I will be at camp with my family, youth camp with our church. And so, but what I want to do this week is I'm going to create a video that'll probably be an hour and a half long. And I'm going to upload it to Talk Studio, and I'm going to play that next week during this time. And it'll be made up of, I'll probably do some talking, but it'll be mainly made up of your videos. So I'm going to look up Doug's channel. I'm going to look up Charles' channel. I'm going to look up, Bob's videos and Lance's videos. And I'm going to go through a lot of the people that comment, a lot of the people in Club Foxhorn. I'm going to look up videos and just play videos from you guys I'll probably change the music just because I don't want to deal with copyright. I might just make it all. I might see what your video is about, and I might just AI the music to it. But I also don't want to spend all week editing a video. But anyway, but the good news is the live stream will go on next week. You will have things to look at, and you'll still have the opportunity to chat with each other during that hour and a half. So I know you guys like to come on here and pick on each other and talk and jabber away. So that'll still be there for you guys. And then I will be returning the next week. And then the following week, I might be in nasal surgery. So that live stream might be canceled. So the next couple of weeks, things are going to get kind of weird. But I am planning on going to Minefield in Brownsfield, Tennessee, in August. So if you are thinking about going or on the fence, if you want to hang out, I will be there. And yeah, hit the like button according to Brant Ariels. Gary over there is helping me out. But yeah, I want y'all to have a wonderful week. And I will catch y'all on the next video. Have a wonderful day, y'all. Peace out. Where's the button?